All right, today we're going to talk about the Enlisted Development Education Board. So, real quick to get to that, we're just going to Google my.af.mil to get to the portal. We'll log in. And once we're logged in, we'll search VPC. Click on VPC. All right. Once that loads, we will go up to action requests, and we'll go all the way down on the bottom right. You will see the Reserve Enlisted Development Education Board, or REDB. I'm sorry, EDEB. So before you can apply for the EDEB, you need to review the invitation to apply. So in order to review that, you just click invitation to apply. It's going to pop up an Adobe document. I'm going to switch over to this one because I've got some highlights in here. So the first big thing that you want to look at is the ARPC suspense date. You can't submit an application to apply after the 13th of April 2020 this year. That actually has been extended to 18 May due to coronavirus stay-at-home order that we're going through. So real quick, what is the Enlisted Development Education Board? It's convened to identify the best qualified enlisted members for placement in select short academic courses. The board's going to evaluate you based on a whole person concept, including depth, breadth, military experience, and responsibilities. One little note to take home too is that all school board selections will be based on the needs of the Air Force and Air Force Reserves, followed by your preferences. That's going to be important because you're gonna weight. You can actually put your selections in order of preference. All right, let's scroll down here real quick. Just a few. There's a lot of different like one-off eligibility things, but I'm just going to go over the biggies. One of the big ones is you have to have a current and passing fitness assessment. Your participation summary, you have to have satisfactory participation in the last 5 years. Applicants' high-year tenure must not be before 1 November 2023. That's for this year's board 2020. That will change next year. Waivers must be submitted along with the application for insufficient participation and high-year tenure. So even if you had insufficient participation or you're bumping up against high-year tenure, don't let that dissuade you if you really want to go to a course. You might be able to submit a waiver. You can check out that process right here at this link. Disqualifying Factors is an unfavorable information file. Senior NCOs that have not completed their associate's degree from a regionally or nationally accredited institution, and we already covered the fitness assessment. There's lots of little things, but applicants should only select courses that are relevant to their career path and or professional goals. So it's not just going to a course because you're interested in it. It's going to a course because that's going to grow you as an Air Force reservist. We'll scroll down some more here real quick. So these are just a few of the courses that are available. You have the Reserve Component National Security course. There's just tons of courses, and you can see they're all different links here. 2 weeks, 6 days, 54 months. Wow, that's a long one. It tells here on the requirements section like what ranks it's open to. How many days it is, how many slots there are. As you can see, these get a little bit more competitive here, but the ability to attend the Navy Senior Enlisted Academy is that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Marine NCO Advanced or Academy Advanced course. We probably need to work on our push-ups and maybe pull-ups before we start looking at applying for that one, but don't let that cut you out. The Coast Guard Chief Petty Officer Academy. They have a couple of NATO courses that have a few more slots in them. I could keep going. There's also a military exchange program, military reserve exchange program, where you can go to Germany, UK, Denmark, or Estonia for 2 weeks, where you can train alongside those host country reserve counterparts and see how they do things differently, things that you could bring back to the reserves to make us better at what we do. Anyway, so once you've reviewed your invitation to apply, you can pop back over. I'm going to close this out. You're going to initial here saying that you've reviewed that document and that you're eligible to apply. You're going to click continue. I actually am doing this live because I didn't want to mess up this before we started the video, so let's hope this goes well. All right, so up here's lots of PII that I'm going to have to blur out. Make sure all this information is correct. Update anything that's that's not correct. Actually, I'm not going to update that now because I'm going to have to blur it out anyway, but I will come back and update that. You're going to have to mark these boxes saying that your email is correct, that your address is correct, courses, and it's going to load the courses that we just saw in there. You can take your pick of which ones you want to do and which quarter you want to do them in. So for instance, sister service schools, let's say I'm interested in the Navy Senior Enlisted Academy and I'm interested in attending it during the fourth quarter. Oh, see, there's a pop-up that I didn't see. Okay, so it gives some more information on it. If you check all of these boxes, you can go ahead with that. Now you've added that in there. You can add, I'm going to add another course. I'm going to add the Coast Guard. Okay, so, but let's say I want to choose the Navy Senior Enlisted Academy. That would be my first choice, and my second choice would be Coast Guard Chief Petty Officer Academy. This is the order I would leave it in. If I wanted to change that, I could move this one up and have Coast Guard be my first choice. Click refresh. It did not work. Okay, so I've sufficiently broken this, trying to move these around, but I would obviously, if this was for real, I would go back and make sure that I got this corrected before I submitted anything. In your justification box, you're going to write down which school you want to go to, why you want to go to it, and actually it says, what do you want to attend? What are your reserve goals after graduation? Just personal recommendation, make sure that your tie-in to how that you attending that school is going to benefit, further your career and benefit the Air Force, more importantly. You can fill out your near-term goals, midterm goals, and long-term goals. Hopefully you're going to tie those to whatever school you're going to attend to show how this school is going to help grow you in those goals that you have long-term. Are you willing to accept alternate dates? Yes or no? And then you have to upload some additional information before you submit your application, which would be completion certificates. For some of those classes, it noted that Senior Enlisted Joint PME 1 and 2 were required. You would upload those completion certificates here. If you had one of those high-year tenure or good year waivers, you could upload that here. And of course, your Air Force fitness assessment showing that you are current and ready to rock. You're going to route this to your rater, and then you can click submit, or you can click save if you're going to work on an application and come back to it later. Our EDP video, I showed that you can come into work list. You can select submitted by me. Make sure the dates are going to include when you submitted it. And we'll click refresh. Once it refreshes, you will find your EDEB, which I don't have one in this list, but let's just pretend that this is it. We'll scroll over and see where the status is, and you can see if it's still at your rater, if it's gone up to your wing or group command chief, or if it's at ARPC. All right, that is it. Thanks for watching.